the Doug Rising Show. Well, the Doug Rising Show. Well, the Doug Rising Show. I'm Doug Rice. How is everybody doing? Sunday. How's it going? It's me. Yeah, I have been, I've been away, been gone, recovering, recouping, not feeling 100%. Still not at my optimal, but, you know, I feel that I just have to get some shit out. Got to get something in wax. I got to put one in the can. So I decided to make a showing. I said, you know what, the trainer, we're going to go on today. That was 2 hours ago. Here the hell I am. How's everybody doing? You watching the news? Are you watching? Are you ready? Are you prepared? Are you really? Do you see them? You know, they're doing it in front of you. And I told you that Josh Hawley was the new poster boy. Everybody remember that last year? I told everybody to watch out for this one. And boy, you better watch out, because here he comes, man. Unapologetically caucastic. Josh Hawley, the new face of right-wing white supremacy. But, you know, let's see how he does. Let's see how he goes. How's everybody doing? How's your Sunday? How's your weekend? How's it going? It is the 24th. We're closing down another July, putting that in the rear view mirror. Here comes August. Prophecy just tumbling toward everyone as we just meander throughout this penal colony wondering what's going on. But I say no. There's too much information. There's too much wokeness now. There's no going back to sleep. And the ranks of the woke increase every single damn day. So I get on the air every day. Well, not every day, but when I'm up to it, I decide to put a show. I decide to get my 2 cents out. I decide to do my fucking part. And what I do, I encourage every one of you Hebrews to just do one thing. One thing that will teach and assist as we meander through this penal colony. And that is to get the goddamned grin off your faces. If I could just do that. If you take it off your face long enough, you'll see why they needed to see it every goddamn day. And you know what? I'm not talking about smiling per se. I don't say to get that smile off your face. I say to get that grin. I don't want you to show teeth. I'm just getting into details. You know, if you got to dismiss one, a perfunctory smile might get them out their way. All right. So, you know the drill. Been gone a minute. You know the drill. I've got a list of topics that I go over, that I kind of give you a little narrative over. I got an anchor topic that kind of carries the show, and then I got some follow-up topics. And then I peruse the black news with Hebrews. Just for you. And we see the reasons for not walking around looking like an idiot. Looking like you agree with all the shit that's going on. Looking like, you know, the things that are affecting you aren't actually affecting you, when in fact all those things are affecting you directly. And I gotta tell you, it just looks to me odd to see one of us that we know is us, foundational Black American, if you will, the origins of which stem from the transatlantic slave trade. That's who I'm talking to. That's who I'm talking about. And if you got a problem with that, then get the fuck out. So, I do this. I've been doing this since January 6th, 2021, when caucasity lost its mind. And we all watched. And now we watch the continuation. And it's increasing. But we continue. So, today's topic, the first thing that we are going to talk about is something I've been meaning to get to for quite a while. Something I've wanted to be an anchor topic for a moment. Something that many of us don't talk enough about. And here it is. All right, here's the topic. Here's today's start. All right. The kingdom is real. Most y'all faking. That's right. I said it. I said it to your face. I hope you heard me. If you didn't hear me, let me tell you again. Today we start off with an interesting insight topic, a way of beginning the narration that may correct and get that goddamn grin off your face. Here it is again. The kingdom of the Most High God, the kingdom is real. Most of y'all just fucking faking. And I mean that shit. Let me tell you something, man. How many of you look toward the kingdom? How many of you talk about the kingdom of God as if it were here already? How many of you look toward the destruction of the kingdoms around us that they call governments? Or how many of you decide that you're going to not vote Democrat this year and instead give the independents or Republicans a try? How many of you cast your vote, your lot in with the oppressors in the hopes that man has the ability to direct his steps? Well, let me tell you something. It's not for man who is walking to direct his own steps. And these folks have tried kingdom after 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 kingdom. And they all fall. They all go away. And the men that raised and murdered and killed and robbed and stealed and lied to create those kingdoms fell with them. But the kingdom of God, the kingdom of the living God, Almighty God, that kingdom is real and on the way. And how many of you really look toward the kingdom? You know, you go to church. I know you do. I know some of you in church right now. Phones all buzzing and shit. You trying to ignore it. It's me, motherfucker. Get up. And I'm going to tell you what the pastor ain't going to tell you. Turn me up and hold me in the center of the damn church. I'll talk to all of you. He ain't going to tell you that the kingdom is coming. He's not going to tell you that the kingdoms that currently surround Negroes that have plotted together to put us here. Talks about it in Psalms, that they plotted against us behind our fucking backs to put us right here. Oh, that's the story. Oh yeah, that's the real story. No. No, not the bullshit you see happening. No, the politics, the ups, the downs, the wars, the missiles, the famine. No. The real story is that sinister plot put together to enslave Negroes. Took them about 400 years to set it up just so. Do you believe in the kingdom of God? Because if you don't, well, you're not looking. Most of y'all faking. You go to church, you pray, Our Father, who art in heaven, hallowed be thy name. Thy kingdom come, thy will be done. Then you leave the church. And you make sure to register to vote. You make sure that your vote is counted, because by God, you know, the United States is blessed by God and all of these things and will be here forever. And no, it doesn't seem that's the case. And this country is supposed to be one nation under God. What God are we talking about? What kingdom are we talking about? Do you really believe God's kingdom? Do you believe in the Bible? The kingdom is real. The rest of y'all just playing games. Let me tell you how crazy You have to appear to truly believe in the upcoming and ongoing, the kingdom itself. You know that you're not looking sane. Of course you know. Noah didn't look sane. John the Baptist didn't look sane. Those that believe in the Most High God usually tend to look out of their damn minds until God arrives. And then we start looking right. So keep in mind, folks, how we got here. Kingdom itself coming to destroy all the kingdoms that surround us, that put us in this place. Right now, some of you in church simply going through the motions. I encourage you to leave that shit. Most of y'all faking. All right, that's about it. I didn't want to sound accusatory. I try not to pick on my own folk too much, you know what I'm saying? Doug Rice, that's who I am. You tuned in to watch 11:41 in the morning. It's Sunday. Hopefully you are not in church. Hopefully you're here watching me. Again, we're going to come back to this. You know that I always do. 11:41 in the morning on the 24th July 2022. Oh, it's getting so real. I tried to look up some topics today, black news. You know me. You know what I do. I look up black news. I wait for the return. And earlier today, I looked up black news, MSN. The only thing they're talking about is that goddamn Black Panther 2, Wakanda Forever. I mean, I couldn't get any news. I had to tell Katrina, hey, we're going to have to hold off for a couple hours. I look up black news, everything comes back Wakanda Forever, Wakanda for never, Wakanda for dollars, Wakanda for idiots. And so I did a little research. I decided, you know what, let me look up this damn movie. And I posted it on Twitter. Now look, I'm not a worldly person, but I know who's who and I know what's what. And the person that produced the movie Wakanda Forever, Black Panther 2, has absolutely no association with Negroes. None. She's from Brazil. It's a white lady. Yeah, I kid you not. I kid you not. And the producer, white guy. Now these two, the executive producer and the producer of Wakanda Forever, Spike Lee did not direct this movie. I am not interested. Wakanda for never. I don't understand what you're talking about. This is some fantasy cooked up by two Europeans whose pockets will be filled to the brim because they have sanctioned whatever image that they acknowledge and approve with their signature of the black experience and how it should play out. Now, you know, that's like me having never been to Brazil, just determined to write the Brazilian story. I'd look kind of foolish, right? So I'll not watch Wakanda Forever. I'm not going to watch Black Panther 2. I posted it in my Twitter, Rug Dicer. Just take a look, folks. The folks behind this movie have nothing to do with Negroes. How dare you? How dare you? And if it add insult to injury, the actors that they've used to portray who they assume to be Negroes in the United States are from Africa. So they're not. There's fucking shit. What is going on? Are we even going to be portraying ourselves in movies? No, we're going to get folks from England and immigrants from the continent. They can do that. They can do the, you can do the slang. Black slang is pretty easy. Obama did it. So no, Wakanda for never. Wakanda for never. No, thank you. Next! Okay, got a new book. Not a new book. Got an old book. I'm going to read this book. I want to share it with you. Very good book. Freeze it if you have to. Why is it so hard? Fragility. Why is it so hard for people to talk about racism with me omitting the words that might get this banned. And it's an interesting book. It really addresses a few things that folks need to read. I'm going to go ahead and recommend Robin DiAngelo, forwarded by Michael Eric Dyson. The book, White Fragility. It is by Robin DiAngelo. I've had it for a minute. It addresses certain points that no sane person dedicated to whoever they are in that arena won't even admit. So I don't know what good it would be to have this kind of conversation. It's a very, 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 very difficult conversation for folks to listen to. It's almost as difficult to listen to me. But there it is. It's a good book. Read it. Don't read it. And again, just talking about this because, I want to be thorough. The person who has directed, the executive producer of Wakanda Forever. The executive producer. Her name is Victoria Alonso. Okay? Now, Victoria Alonso is from, Buenos Aires, Argentina, which is near Brazil. Okay? She was born in Buenos Aires in 1965, just about a month or so after me. And she is the executive producer of Black Panther. Her, along with another person here, looks like Kevin Feige. He's also a producer of Wakanda Forever. Neither of these individuals associate themselves with our experience. Neither of them could look through the lens of our lives and associate themselves with what we go through as we walk through, and yet they get to determine what will go on the big screen, where billions of dollars will be made globally, as they sign off on their vision, as we have little to say in the final analysis. I just found it interesting. So Brazil and these countries like Argentina, South America, the history of these areas now looking like most areas in the world is very, very interesting. For a long time, Brazil and Argentina and all these other places, they were filled with us. Okay, dark-skinned people. And there was an action, an initiative, which moved a large percentage of the Spanish European population, relocated entire communities by the thousands for a long time to affect the landscape, the visual landscape of areas like Brazil and Argentina and South America and all these areas that somehow got significantly lighter in their pigmentation geographically. And so, wouldn't it be interesting if I, having never been to Argentina, decided I would just write a book about folks that are from Buenos Aires? And what if I were just to get it globally seen, make millions upon millions of dollars regarding these folks, having absolutely nothing to do and nothing, no association with them or any other? It just seems to be disingenuous, and I will not recommend. That is that. All right, what next? Thanks so much. Hey, Josh Hawley, already did him. That I thought Trina found this one very interesting. This is right up there with wearing a shit-eating grin. The grin that is there only as a placement, so that folks around you in your orbit are comforted and not threatened, so that things don't escalate and you end up losing your life for breathing while black, which is something that does occur. It's an interesting phenomenon. But there is something that I think all of us need to take into account, something, a fact that we need to perhaps exercise a right, a personal right that I think we have to show that we are in fact, separate. We are not obligated to speak to anyone at any time for any reason. We are under no obligation to talk to you. We're not obligated to ask how you're doing. We're not obligated to tell you good morning, good evening, good afternoon, good night. We don't even have to fucking say excuse me. I want you to hear me on this. If we want to glide through the terrain of this stolen, murdered for country without interacting with anyone save ourselves, and even then, if we choose to not speak, we have that right. And I want that understood clearly in the minds of Negroes trapped within the confines of this place. You need to exercise that right. You would be surprised. The doors that open from a closed mouth. You would be surprised. The discoveries that you make by just not speaking. It's almost like chess. Almost. And most of us move first. There's an advantage in chess to allowing that second person, moving first instead, causing them to move by expressing some discomfort by our not moving first. I need you to hear me. Don't feel obligated to speak to anyone. You're not obligated to speak to God Almighty. What makes you think you're obligated to speak to anyone else? I just wanted you to have that, because along with not grinning, along with not giving the warmth, the glow, the Negro smile, you keep your fucking thoughts to yourself. Sometimes, when somebody's passing you by in the street, sometimes it's just better to let them by. Let their energy continue with them. You don't know what type of energy you pick up. Interacting, salutations alone could ruin your fucking day. Remember, we're strangers here. It's time we started acting like it. For those of you that identify with your place being originating from the transatlantic slave trade, please understand, take that into account. They do every day. They take into account how they got to this country every fucking day, and they don't let you forget it. And they celebrate it. And they have holidays over it. And they talk about it. And they teach it. And they live it. And they breathe it. But if you, as a Negro, start talking about your origins and how you arrive on these sacred, hallowed, cursed shores, then suddenly they don't want you to live in the past. They want you to forget about CRT. And their children start getting real uncomfortable. That sentiment alone should maintain a fucking serious countenance on your goddamn face. If that doesn't do it, well, then I'll just read the Black News. All right, let's do this shit. All right, that was good. Everything's good. I wrote it all down and I got it all out. Hey, I don't need that anymore. Okay, you guys know what I do. You know, I keep telling you to stop smiling. I keep telling you to quit showing teeth. I keep telling you to keep your fucking energy to yourself. Some of you listen, some of you don't. And the only thing I can count on is the black news. The news about us trapped within the confines of this place. You begin to get a clear picture of who the fuck they think you are. All you have to do is read what goes on with us here. Day in, day out, hour after hour, month after month, year after year, it's the same damn thing. The hatred, the maleficent hatred. It's deep. It is. It's triggered by the most, innocent of things. Sign, a look, presence. Anything could send you on your way. And so I encourage you to walk about the country serious, on guard, your head on a swivel. You're attentive to those around you, because as you know, as I've said, we're not welcome here. But let me prove it. All right, so what do I got first? I don't say. Oh, 2 men arrested, Sesame Place anti-racist protest after a video went viral. I did not see the video. I refused to look. I didn't look. I talked about it, didn't look. As I understand it, it's horrible. Somebody's going to get paid. The children are more likely damaged in some way. But never let it go unsaid that folks are willing to get just violent over every fucking thing. I mean, Jesus Christ. So they're arrested, anti-racist protest. Maybe they'll make some money. Continuing, I thought it was new. I told you the news was thin today, that's why. Depression is not caused by a chemical imbalance in the brain. So what does that mean? For the mass shooters out there, I just thought that might be interesting when we start talking about mental issues. I'm sorry. I don't know where that came from. A black woman says, I saw this. A black woman says Target rejected her for a job until she applied as Tory under a different ethnicity. And I saw what she did. It was an interesting experiment that landed her a job. Very interesting. I'm going to share it, put it in the Twitterverse. I advise everybody to take a look. Words don't do it justice. She changed her look and made herself look completely different. So, it's kind of interesting. Notori Green went from Notori Green to Tory and then changed her hair color from black to blonde and got hired. Still grinning? Okay. Let's continue. Okay. I hope I'm not losing my voice here. Oh, wait. Suspect charged with murder of missing 20-year-old University of Mississippi student. Body still not found. Now, I see this. I don't talk about us very often doing stupid shit. We got Sheldon Timothy Harrington, 22, charged with murder. You should see this kid, 22-year-old brother, decided to kill somebody. And, I hate to see this. I do. I only hope that what happens to him isn't what happens to the rest of those folks that take our women. I really do. I hope that he's not coddled and, given all kind of rods. Maybe hope they'll just treat him like, maybe a Negro. No, because he took us, huh? So he'll probably do life in a psychiatric ward and all that. It's just never going to win with us. I just don't fucking get it. Sad. Continuing. What is this? Okay, Monique. Thought this was interesting. Everybody knows Monique's been in the news somehow lately. DL Hughley, some bullshit, nonsense, yada, yada, yada. She went after the kids. She sued Netflix. She said she had a contract that Netflix is now giving Monique a comedy special. I just want everybody to know that so you know that, when it's not watched, I just don't want anybody to get their fucking feelings hurt. Nobody's going to watch it. They're tainted now by her. People like DL. Ain't going to watch her now. I'm sorry. There's nobody going to watch. I'm not going to watch her. She's kind of rude. Sorry. So no, I'm not going to support her. Sorry, not on this. She got money anyway. She don't need it. She got the contract. She don't need to watch it. She got the money. We're good. Yeah. Moving on. Sorry, just had to do that. What's this? Latter-day Saints leader dedicates new monument honoring Utah's Black Panther. Oh, I'm going to need some coffee on that one. Okay, so Latter-day Saints, Mormons. He dedicated a new monument. A monument. He built something honoring Utah's Black pioneers. Now you need to understand that the whole time those pioneers were traveling, they were being told that they were the cursed of the earth, which is why they had this and, live with that. But just keep on coming. And we love you. And thoughts and prayers. Thanks for your monument there, sir. Don't really need it. I wish you wouldn't make it. I really do. I really do. Hey, it's a honeymoon's over. Honeymoon's over. Justice Jackson, done. Already, Good Morning America finally deletes tweet praising Justice Jackson as the first black Supreme Court justice. She voted something down regarding our gerrymandering or some sort of congressional districting or some shit. Already in line with the system. Boy, she pays quickly, doesn't she? They had her itinerary already laid out before she even got confirmed, I'm sure. She already knows her next 10 denials, turn downs. And let me just tell you something. The shit that she's going to deny that affects negatively the black community, the Negro community in this country, y'all haven't even imagined how bad that's going to be. Oh, that's got to be the 30 coins she's going to have to pay to get entry into this shit. It's going to be amazing. Whatever decision that this Supreme Court justice has to make to pay her due, whoa, buddy, you stand by for some FEMA camps or some shit. She going to do some crazy shit. You see who she married to, y'all need to stop. All right, I'll stop. Maybe I want to get married. Okay. Video shows Southern California police shooting a black man as he ran away. Rob Marquise Adams. There's another one. Yeah. Just curiosity. You just had a cell phone. Mom was there. You know, I don't want to talk about it. We don't need to discuss. Please stay out of cameras' faces. No, we don't need to make comments. Get him. Do whatever needs to go. You know, move on. And await your deliverance. Kingdom's near. See? Or are you full of shit? See? Yeah, kingdom's near. Yeah, they're going to keep doing this shit. They're going to get angrier and angrier and angrier. And you know what? Meanwhile, when these motherfuckers can walk around, hijack car after car, push police around, try to grab for their gun, and just get arrested, thrown on the ground, and taken to the fucking thing, but fed first. I don't know. It's lovely being here. Still grinning? Why do they deserve this? Tell me why you're smiling. Why is it so important that you smile, that you get along? Do you feel as if things are good between us? I mean, do you feel singled out a little bit? Do you feel as if, kind of people are looking at you and you're feeling some kind of goddamn way? And then the activity, the actions, conduct, the violence, the murder. I mean, come on. You're going to shoot somebody. Just shoot them. This ain't the movies. I mean, 60 bullets, 120 bullets, indoors, outdoors, on the top of the hood of your car, cell phone, sleep. Doesn't happen to you. Doesn't happen to you. It doesn't happen to you. So obviously there's a fucking problem, and I think it necessitates the removal of that fucking grin I see so many of us that have. Nothing better to do with our lives. I drift. All right, naturally, I did not want to particularly read that one because, I don't get angry and shit. All right, I don't want to lose my voice. 12:03, I feel good. You feel good? I feel good. Feel good? Sunday. What y'all doing tomorrow? Most of you going to work. I don't know. Me, I'm not fit for public consumption. They kicked me out of the office. You goddamn right. So I work from home now. They've made their decision, and I understand. But some of us aren't so lucky. Some of us have to go back in that goddamn office tomorrow. And some of you have taken a part of the Doug Rice Show. So you go in armed. You're ready. You're prepared. Then there are those that may have missed my simple instruction. Those that may somehow not understand the need to be serious. I want you to do me a favor. You see a brother, sister out there, that's a foundational black American. I want you to, if you see, smile on that Negro's face. I want you to do me a favor. I want you to slide up to him real quick like. I want you to take him over to the side. I want you to look right. I want you to look left. I want you to get real close to his ear, and I want you to just tell him, hey, man, do me a favor. face. And then walk away. You'll feel better.